Hi everybody. Today's video is going to go over a major difference with people that have just borderline and also have borderline and narcissistic personality disorder. There are some major differences and there's a lot of misunderstanding, misinformation out there, and I get a ton of questions from you guys about this. So I hope to clarify this today. We know that people with borderline personality disorder struggle with intense emotion, fear of abandonment, and unstable self-image. When you add narcissistic personality disorder, you're going to big time have grandiosity, entitlement, and control. So to get into control, the differences. Someone that has just borderline personality disorder, their control is out of desperation. It's to feel better. They're insecure. They have fear of abandonment, fears, all kinds of different fears. They're clingy. They have emotional outbursts that can be controlling. They manipulate out of fear. Whereas someone that has borderline and narcissistic personality disorders, both, are calculated, entitled. Some are sadistic. They take or try to take full agency over you. Their manipulation comes from entitlement. Some examples. The person with just borderline personality disorder idealizes you. You're the greatest. You're the best. I think we can be a power couple forever. They cry. They beg. They plead. They bargain. They have temper tantrums. They threat or make threats of self-harm. These threats of self-harm are typically genuine. They might say, I can't take this anymore. I don't want to be here. Threats of taking their own life. It's so that you don't leave. Yes, it's controlling. But somebody that has borderline narcissistic, both personality disorders, will love bomb you to make you think that you're great, to get you to attach to them, to get what they want. They will use punishment, silent treatment, gaslighting, cheating for revenge, smear campaigns. They will threaten self-harm for control. I will take my life and it will be your fault. Using guilt, fear. The borderline will try to change you in a way of eliminating things they don't like that you do, to make you take care of them, make them feel better, stuff like this. The borderline narcissist wants to change you by destroying you and making you the person that they believe they are entitled to have, to own. So we get into spectrum. This is really important. A lot of people have troubles understanding this, and I get that. It can be confusing. Each disorder is on a spectrum. And you can almost say that we're all on a borderline spectrum. Maybe some of you guys have a trait or two or three. It's a spectrum. All borderlines are different. They're not all the same. Some are higher in that spectrum. Some are less functional. Right? You can have a borderline who hits all 9 out of 9 traits and it feels empty inside and has, bouts of thoughts of taking their own lives for most of their life and massive anger problems and stops and starts relationships a lot. And so very high spectrum, and they may not be able to keep a job. Now we're higher or lower in functionality. May not be able to hold a job very well, take care of themselves, things like this. And when you have borderline and narcissistic, these spectrums increase. They intensify the traits. The diagnosis multiplies. Narcissism is a spectrum we are all on, and we're not low. We're in the middle of narcissism on that spectrum. Few are very high up and have the disorder, and few aren't on the spectrum at all, very low. But people with borderline personality disorder will make them higher in narcissism. But 40% of people diagnosed with borderline are also diagnosed with narcissism, personality disorder, comorbid. And people that have both will be higher also in the psychopathy spectrum. And when I say this, a lot of people get confused and say, are you calling, oh gosh, is my ex or my wife a psychopath? Spectrum. Remember, you might be on the borderline spectrum. You're on the narcissist spectrum. It doesn't mean you have those disorders. You are also on a psychopathic spectrum, even if you only have, one, rated 1. You're on that spectrum, just really low. People that borderlines are higher in spectrum on narcissism. If they have narcissistic personality disorder, also have both. Obviously, they're very high, extremely high in narcissism. That also makes them higher in psychopathy, where you begin to get Machiavellianistic behaviors, strategic, and you have less empathy, less compassion, less remorse. Where you might have a borderline that sincerely apologizes, feels bad for hurting you, acknowledges it. If they have narcissistic personality disorder as well, good luck. You'll have someone that doesn't apologize or only apologizes to manipulate you, never changes behavior, never shows signs of remorse. The borderline narcissist is entitled, grandiose, meaning they don't reciprocate in relationships. This is how they gain agency over you, power and control. You do all the investment. You do everything. I do nothing. I deserve this because it's me. We aren't equal. This person will be having haughty attitudes and be judgmental and criticize you a lot. They're controlling. They're psychopathic. They may control your looks, your clothes, your job, your friends, your money. They will weaponize vulnerability. Whereas a borderline, someone with borderline personality disorder, is very vulnerable, and they will allow themselves to be vulnerable, like the begging, the pleading. Someone with narcissistic personality disorder is less likely to none ever do that. Not be vulnerable. I will not be vulnerable. You will not hurt me. I will make sure of this. I won't ask because you could reject me. I will take. I will trick, fool, con, lie, manipulate, scare you. Baiting. Tons and tons of baiting. You guys know every time I make a borderline video, I have a borderline down in the comment section baiting me, calling me all kinds of nasty names. Narcissist is like, that's a borderline narcissist. Just borderline can say, and I get borderlines, I know there's probably some watching this, and you guys that have just borderline will even tell me, David, great video. This helps me. Very informative. I agree with you. I don't agree with you on this. I don't really do this much, but but then you got to have the other one. Oh, you're a fucking narcissist. None of this is true. This guy has no credentials. He's yeah. You aren't just borderline. You probably have a narcissistic personality, so you're high in psychopathy. More controlling, entitled, Machiavellianistic in attitude. If you feel trapped in a relationship where guilt, shame, fear, obligation controls you, it's not love. It's manipulation. That's it. And this is very important because so many behaviors can look like love or manipulation. The same exact behaviors. In other words, if they're losing control of you, all of a sudden they're sweet and nice. They were just telling you how awful you are, that you're evil, narcissist, you're sick, disgusting, fat, ugly, stupid, and I hate you, and I don't want to be with you, and I'm probably going to be with someone else. But then the very next day, it's, oh God, I love you. You're so sweet, honest, let's have sex. I just want to be with you forever. What happened? Oh, they love you. That's what we'll think. Oh, they must love me. They really do. They're sorry. They didn't say sorry, but obviously they're trying to make up for how bad they treated me yesterday. No, just trying to control you. If you find yourself in a relationship like this, guys, please step outside of it. Tell somebody, ask for help, please. Okay? This is serious. It's complex. Please let me know what you think of what I said. Ask questions. Please leave your own experiences. thumbs up, subscribe. Would really appreciate that. Anybody who wants coaching, you can find me at daviddemars.com. Love yourself first, guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.